Okay, beauties. We start with a seated position today, and we come to kind of the edge of our stool or our chair so that we can access our spine. So what I want you to start with is a rounding of your spine and then an expansion of your spine. You're curling down and you're lifting up. Your eye gaze looks down at your feet and then up. Good. I'm going to adjust the screen just a little bit so you can see my whole body. In the most ideal world, your pelvis is driving your joints. The pelvis is the driver. So you might notice that my shoulders and my femur heads are externally rotated, and then they're internally rotating. My feet turn out and my feet turn in. All of my joints open, all of my joints close. So it's a whole body, and it's challenging. This is very, very, very advanced dancing type of spinal movement, but we can all aspire to it. Yes. Did anyone see the male gymnast's gold yesterday? Daiki Hashimoto, he won the gold. Oh my God. He was up there on the rings and he was so beautiful. And he did the beam, not the balance beam, that's what the women do, the parallel bars. Oh my God, he was so good. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing this, just like we're waves at the beach, thinking maybe in your mind of some beautiful imagery. Maybe it's Hashimoto winning the gold. Maybe not. Good, okay. And then from here, the hands come behind the head. We use the hands to really lift us up. These are all spinal stretches. So we're stretching up and we come down and up. And then we make it a little bit different. It's a little more centered. It's a little more even. I'm pulling my belly in and then out. Yep. I'm trying to keep my whole body involved. All of my joints are open. All of my joints are closed. Good. So now I just make it a little more fluid. Up and down. Eyes look up. Eyes look down. Good job. Up and down and up and down. This time we come up. We sit as tall as we can and we rotate toward one knee and we do it in and out. We look down at that knee and then up to the ceiling. Ta-ta. Good work. In and out and in and open. Good job. In and open and in and open. Good. Now stay lifted through center. Stay lifted. This is work as you rotate to the other side. Good job. And we go in and up and open. Good. And kudos for all of you for coming to class and for at least trying as best you can to do this spinal stretching with me. Like I said, this is like the top level healthful movement. This is gyrotonic, but we're not supposed to say it's gyrotonic because gyrotonic has a very specific policy, so we're calling it spinal stretches, but it is wonderful movement for your body. Can you feel it already? I know. Okay, come to center and release those arms all the way out. And we're just gonna inhale up, exhale out. Arms come to a beautiful T shape here. And backs of the hands come together and we open. Good, now the arms are being driven by the back. And I'm still trying to include my whole body. My eyes still look down and they look up and down and up. So my spine is the driver of this whole movement. Good, now we keep the spine moving. Spinal engine is now going and we try changing the arms up. Changing the arms up. Arms go down and up. and out, and down, up and out, down, up and out, down, up and out, yes, down, up and out, down, up and out, and pause. It's in and out. Good, like you're sweeping away. Sweep and sweep away. Oh yeah, this is so good for your back. Oh, I feel it in my back today. I love it. We're gonna do some really good back work. Why are we doing back work all of a sudden? Oh, because Jen's taking a rowing class. Yeah, we need strong backs. Everyone needs strong backs. It's challenging to keep those strong. Good work. Hold. Arms come up and they melt down. And just a different movement with the arms. I'm still doing the exact same things with my legs, with my spine. In, open and lift. I look down, I look out. I look down, I look out. Good work. In and open and in and open. Good job. In and open and in and open. And pause, arms up. Pulse it up and up. Good. So we're just doing a tiny little pulse. This is our little tiny rest period. The pulse comes from pelvic floor, and it's as if we're mime artists in Paris trying to make a living. We're pushing up in the box, pushing up in the imaginary box. Think of yourself in a black and white sweater, and you've got mime face on. When is the last time you saw a mime? Well, if you live in New York City, probably yesterday. But for me, a long time ago, it was probably in Paris. 5 years ago, 6 years ago. We'll have to ask Joan. Okay, then hold, good. And then it's sweep, sweep. I'm making a figure eight over my head, and I'm letting my feet naturally go one side and the other side. So I push with one foot. The weight goes to one sitting bone, and then I push with the other foot. So that's what's happening on my lower body. Upper body, I'm just doing a beautiful figure eight, or a circle with one hand, circle with the other. Good. Pause with your arms up. Gather the energy. This is an exhale. Inhale up. Good, keep going. It's an inhale up, which is challenging. Think of yourself as Old Faithful. It's spouting up, energy up and out. Good work. Pause here at the top, or at the bottom, or in the middle, or I don't even know where we are now. Oh my goodness, this is fun. And the arms are being held out, so you're feeling shoulders, delts, triceps. I'm getting a little bit of muscular energy moving here, Jen. And then it's easy. We call this seaweed. It's just side to side. And I'm moving as languidly as I can, like my arms have turned into Japanese sea snakes. The black and white little striped snakes. I call them Japanese because I saw them when I was snorkeling in Japan. But I suppose they're just sea snakes. Yes, and then it's just here from your rib cage. You can even use your hand to give yourself a little cue. Can you move from your ribs? Good. And we got to do this a little bit longer because it feels really nice. Yes, sea snakes. I like Japanese sea snakes myself, so that's what I'm going to say. And it takes me back to a beautiful day off of the Ryukyu Islands in southernmost Japan. Beautiful snorkeling. Okay, good work. Let your arms come out. Stretch up, 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 up. Arms, palms are open. And then back of the hands together. So we did this in the very beginning. It's the spine again with the hands. Good, just a few more here. Keep going. Spinal engine is moving. Oh yeah, good. And then it's side, 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 make it happy. Woohoo! Aha! One hand reaches underneath the other one, up and over. Notice again, I'm shifting. It's weight on one butt cheek, weight on the other butt cheek. Good, and then finally, we're coming to the closing sequence. The hands come over the head. Find this shape. The hands are pushing up, shoulder blades are pulling down. Elbows are lightly pulling apart. And then just circle for 8. Good. Can you feel that beautiful range of motion through that shoulder joint? This is really healthful. Good. If you can do it, don't force it. Good. And around. And around. Let's keep it up. Woohoo. Cha-cha. Yes, we can. Okay, good. Now we're going to keep this shape. It's fixed. And we take the whole body, side, forward, side, and lift. Same side, side, forward, side, and lift. Same side, side, forward, side, and lift. Reverse it, side, forward, side, and lift, and side, forward, side, and lift. Let's do it once more. Side. I love these shoulder stretches. For me, they are so helpful. Good. Let your arms come up. And we finish with a circle forward. Circle forward. For you, those of you that are fly fisherwomen or fly fishermen, fly people, you are already doing it. You're fly fishing. For us, we try to find a circle in the body and it kind of comes from the mouth. It's a circle, continuous circle. Can you get your whole body? I know my feet are a little bit still, but as much of your spine to participate in this movement, and then you reverse. So we gave it away, now we're taking it in. We're nourishing ourselves. The visual here could be that you're eating wonderful vegetables like okra. I love okra lately. I just discovered it. That's why I'm so into it. Eggplant, zucchini, green beans, whatever your favorite veggie is. If you don't like veggies, then go away and don't come back until you learn to eat your veggies. Stretch yourself open, good. And then, oh yeah, we got to do a little stretch since we're on the stools. Good. Scoop one leg up, take it up and over, and then reach over yourself. Yeah, for everyone, this is a fantastic stretch. If you didn't have a chair or stool, this is number 4 stretch. You can be doing it on your mat. Ah, that feels so great. Good. And let that go. And just really simple today. It's a scoop and lift. Take it up and across, and then it's a gentle lean. Yeah. Ah, this side is tighter than the other side. Yes, it is. Breathe into that. Did you have like a 45-mile bike ride yesterday? Are you living it up to the hilt? However that is for you, did you make it up the hill? I know I have some clients that are recovering from injuries and they're climbing small little hills, little teeny incline on their feet. They're just walking. That's perfect. Perfect. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Oh, I need this for another few seconds, so bear with me. Just little stretches. Try to smile into it. It's releasing. I feel it. Letting go. Okay. And then you're going to stand all the way up tall. Beautiful. I'm putting my stool away, just out of sight, out of mind. And we're going to come for just a tiny little bit of cardio. Teeny, tiny little bit of cardio. And then we do abs, 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 abs. Ready? Okay. So you're jogging. When you're jogging, you're rolling through your feet. This is a practice. It's not just, oh, I'm just moving my feet and I'm jogging. This is so boring. No. What you're doing is you're doing toe ball, heel, energy up through the calves, up through the hamstrings, up through the glutes, up to the core. My core is connecting to my feet. When you're walking, practice Pilates. Practice connecting. Yes. Okay, now it's march and march and march and march. Good. March and march. Good. And you can march forward, particularly if you're looking at the screen and you want to see me marching. Yeah, you can do that. Otherwise, it's turn and turn. This reminds me of aerobics in 1980s. Good. And it's turn and turn and turn and turn. That's a good thing, though. I have good memories of those years. Turn. Ta-ta, ta-ta, back to the center. And march, and march, and march. Good. Now feet together. These are tiny hops. Modify if you need to, but it's hop, and hop, and hop, and hop, and hop. Other way. Cha, cha. It's a tiny hop. If that does not feel good on your knees, it's march, ta-ta. Side step, ta-ta. Side step, ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Or it's both, and both, and both, and both. Good. So you're doing whatever you can, and it's doing it perfectly. Good. We have one more out and back. Ta, and good job. And we finish with jumping jacks. Ta-ta, ta-ta. Good. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo. Okay, my heart rate's up in a good way. Yes. Okay, let's come to our mat. Take your time, take some deep breaths. Ah. Ah. Oh, notice how you feel. Several of you have told me over the years that Pilates makes you feel more alive. And you're like, oh, all those cues that you tell us about living on the cellular level, they make sense. Kudos. Kudos to all of you. That's what we exactly want, to feel more healthy and more alive, more present. Okay, I've got my TheraBand. It's underneath my feet. And I'm going to start with bent knee rollbacks. I have my ball, so I might as well load it up between my inner thighs. I'm squeezing it a lot. Sitting up as tall as I can, I roll back just to my hammock spot. So my head's not coming down. Dang. And then all the way up. Good. This is the movement that we were doing. It's a little flexion and it's a little extension. So it's spinal movement. Again, what we were doing on the chair. Oh, I put my head down. Not supposed to do that, Jen. Okay. We go down to hammock only, and then we squeeze the ball and we come up. Yeah. Exhale down. Quick breath in, and exhale up. Or you could exhale down and inhale up. That feels more natural for me right now. So I'm going to cue that one. Exhale down, inhale up. Yes, okay, now I'm going to get rid of my ball for this moment. I still got my TheraBand, and I'm going to do just a few full stretchy roll downs or roll ups or whatever we call them today. We take a breath in, exhale, and we're rolling down, one bone at a time. Head comes all the way down. Inhale, lift, exhale all the way up. And we come into forward fold as we take an inhale. Exhale, back up through the center and down, all on one exhale if you can. Good, inhale, pick up your head, and then exhale all the way forward into forward fold. Hold and take a breath in. Good, and back down. Good, we're gonna do a couple of roll downs variations today. So on this next one, come all the way up into that forward fold. And while you're in your forward fold, cross your band. Good. And then stack your spine up as if you are a very, very tall tree in the forest. Beautiful. From this tall tree position, I want you to do a couple of upright rows. Couple things. I am holding the band underneath my knees. I am sitting as tall as I can, and as I pull, my elbows go wide, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. Good. So these are endurance muscles, posture muscles, tiny little muscles, focused mainly on the rhomboids. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades to the spine. Good. I know I tell you occasionally it's sort of helpful. In physical therapy, they always cue this one as squeeze the walnut with your shoulder blades. Think of your shoulder blades as a nut cracker and then squeeze the nut. Maybe that's a really good one for many people. That's probably why they use it. Who's they, Jen? The 1 million physical therapists and physios around the world, they all say that? Okay, you got me. No, they can't always all say the same thing, especially when they're all speaking different languages. Okay, uncle. Okay, and squeeze the shoulder blades together and back. In book club, we read an interesting book. It's not like highly amazing, but it was a good discussion. The book's called The Authenticity Project. I probably told you about it while we were reading it. It was fun, but the conversation was great. And the first question is, in our discussion group, are you a liar? And do you think that all human beings are liars? And every one of us, I think there were nine of us, everyone except for one person said yes. But she's a complete Buddhist and she's been living up in a Buddhist sanctuary for 30 years. And I agree, she is not a liar. So she has a different perspective on life, which is good that she's in our book club, huh? Okay, so we did at least 10 of those. I'm going to get rid of my band for the next version. And this is a twisted roll up. So I'm taking one leg and I'm crossing it over the other leg, and then I'm letting my toes cross as well. So if I were standing up, this would be my eagle pose in yoga. My legs are as crossed as I can make them. Good. I'm going to gather my hands together and clasp, and I'm going to smoothly roll back. Good. And then as I come all the way down, I stretch my arms up. Good. Then I unwind my feet and I load them up the other direction. They're crossed twice if possible. Good. And then on this one, the arms start the movement. I lift up and I release my hands as gradually and smoothly as I can. I'm in my C curve, and about at that point, if possible, the arms come to the back, clasp, and I stretch forward. And then I come all the way up. Good. Hands come to the center, and I roll all the way back down. We're going to do a couple of these, so hopefully we'll get the choreography as we're going. Ooh. Beautiful. Uncross your legs, cross them the other direction. Inhale, arms. Exhale, pick up your head. Roll that spine up. When you're in the apex, or the hardest part of that curl, that's when your arms sweep behind you and clasp. Stretch over the head as you reach toward your toes. And then come forward. Let's try 2 more in this variation. We roll back. Woo. Good. Arms come up. We unwind the legs and wind them up the other way. Inhale, arms start the movement, pick up the head. And on the exhale, the arms sweep behind and clasp, and you stretch. Good. Woohoo. Roll down. Good. Last one if possible, unwind your legs, wind them up the other way. Inhale, arms, head, come up. Find that deep curl. Arms sweep behind clasp and stretch, and we did it. Good work. Okay, come to a bent knee position. Find your ball. That was a lot of fun and weird stuff today, Jen. I kind of like it, I'm not sure. Good, I'm glad we got you mixed up. That's what we like. Mixed up people. Take a breath in and then exhale, slowly round down. Rounding down, rounding down, rounding down, rounding down, rounding down, and just feel whatever your feelings are. Maybe you also feel, wow, I'm a little bit sweaty today. I can't believe it. I did all that and I feel sweaty. Good. Okay, if that's true. I feel a little sweaty today. I want you to focus here on your bridge. We're going to do a couple of variations. The first one is with feet flat. Press your feet flat into the ground like you're making an imprint in the sand. Arms are the same way. Arms are imprinted into the sand. Lift the hips up and then undulate your spine down. Great. Now we're not going to undulate anymore. We've done so much undulations today. It's wonderful. But on these, we're really targeting different areas back of the body, as you know. So it's one count, one spine, one lift. It doesn't mean it's fast. It just means it's the whole thing. Take a breath in, exhale, lift up in one count. Good, and then lower in one count as best you can. Lift and lower. Good work. Lift and lower. Good, so in this hip lift series today, we are going to squeeze the ball as we lift, and then lower down, and lift, and lower. Good, now that we really have that form, I can see all of you are coming up just to your shoulder blades. You really feel that your hips are totally lifting. Your spine is now fused. So it's lift the hips as you squeeze the ball. And you should feel this in your butt, in your hamstrings a bit. Good, so we take the pace up now that we have that beautiful form and quality in the movement. It's up and down, hips lift, hips lower, hips lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Squeeze your ball as you lift, and lower, and squeeze and 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 lift, and hold. Good, you're up, your form is perfect. You're going to lift your toes off so that as much as you can, the energy is through your heels. When you feel your heels digging into your mat, maybe there's a little bit more quad, maybe there's a little bit more hamstring, maybe it's just a little bit different. See if you can maintain that. Are you even? Are you super even? Make sure you're really even with your feet. Good. I think I needed to wiggle a little. 10 times, same thing. It's down, squeeze to lift. Keep your toes off the floor as best you can. And lift, and lower, and forward, and lower, squeeze and lift. Good, and squeeze and lift, and squeeze and lift, and squeeze and lift, and squeeze and lift, and squeeze and lift. Good, and squeeze and lift. Good, and the last one, hold. Feet flat. Find your positioning with your feet where you can feel all four sides of those big rectangular feet of yours, or small, whatever size they are. Feel that you're lifted here as much as you can with your thighs. Could you press your thighs up a little bit more? How would that feel? And then we just have 10 more of the hip lifts today. It's down and up, down and up. Really squeeze your ball with me. 10. But we already did a few, I know. And 9. And 8. You're a terrible counter. I know, but you get more out of it. Are you a liar? Yes, kind of, but that's okay. In this case, it's good for your health. Okay, 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good, last one, and stay lifted, arms lift up. Good, spine rolls down. Legs come into your chest, and it's side to side about you, but the hip lifts, usually they're really nothing for me. This felt great. I like the hip lifts occasionally. Okay, roll around so that your spine and the back muscles feel really good. You're giving yourself a back massage. And if you're circling your knees, you're giving yourself a little hip massage. Don't worry, I'm not canceling my massage appointment though. Okay, beautiful people. We're gonna try some roll backs, and then we're gonna try some work with the ball underneath us. We haven't done much flexion today. Well, we did actually a ton of flexion, but we did it seated, so that was good for us. Okay, the ball is not touching me, it's an inch away. I'm holding onto my thighs and I'm sitting all the way up, and I'm gonna take 3 deep breaths through my nose. Perfect. Now, focusing here, I'm gonna reach my arms out. The arms are resting on a desktop or armoire. They're resting on an armoire. I'm going to pull my belly back so much that it's reaching for the ball. And when it makes contact with the ball, I push a little bit more into it. You're allowed to move the ball around so that it's centered in case it rolls a little bit. And then you want to hang out here for a moment. Oh, okay. This is my hammock spot. This is the place we come up to. This is the place where we actually could do teaser from. Yeah. So you found your spot. I want you, as you're hanging out, finding it, to realize that you're not resting on your ball. You're actually working. The inner thighs are very active. So you're imagining that you've got a ball between your inner thighs. Your outer thighs are very active. You have an imaginary belt wrapped around your thighs. You're pressing in, pressing out. All of the muscles on the bottom of your feet are engaged. Good. Long arms. Take a breath in here. Exhale and roll up. Stack the spine, arms pressing into the armoire. We're going to do that just one more time. Exhale, roll back. Finding that hammocky place. Your belly muscles pull in. It takes a minute to really find it. Good. Find the inner and outer thighs. Find your feet. Find your arms. You've got perfect form. Oh, you look so beautiful. Good. And when you really take that time, you can feel, oh, my abs are working. They really are. Then we dive forward. It's like your headlamp leads the way. And you come all the way up, and feel free to stretch your spine up as if you're a giraffe reaching for the trees. You're hungry. Good. Now, of course, we have to do a tiny bit of rowing. So, this is kayaking, by the way. This is not outrigger canoeing. This is kayaking. So, you've got a paddle here, and you're holding on to it. If you haven't kayaked before or haven't kayaked in a long time, think of you just having a big stick. Your arms are long. You're going to roll back to make some kind of contact with your ball. Just kind of snuggle in there for a second until you feel your core muscles fire. Then it's a scoop and a scoop. And I want you to feel like you're pulling the water. Good. Now take a look at your legs. You want to keep squeezing the ball and pressing out on the imaginary belt. So your legs are really working here, but they're completely stable, or almost. Mine are actually moving a tiny bit, but I'm trying to keep them stable. And scoop and scoop. I'm doing a figure 8 with my hands. I'm doing a figure 8 type of movement as I roll up and down. And now from here, I'm going to do 8 more. 8 more. And 7 more. And 6. Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3, the way up. Stretch those legs long, flex your feet. Reach your arms up to the sky, even more, and then take it into a forward fold. Hopefully you can reach something. Shins, ankles, feet. Take a couple breaths, and as you exhale, shoot mental energy from your navel out through your back. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, energy through the navel, out through the back. Perfect. Good, now stack your body all the way up. Woohoo, good. Did anyone feel that too much in their back of their body? There might be a couple of you. If you are, then I'm sure you modified. We're not going to do any more of that today, but it's a great indication as we come on down. You're going to put the ball underneath your sacrum. It's a great indication just to know that, oh, I actually do need to keep coming to Pilates class. I need to keep strengthening my core. Remember, the core is your multifidi, the deep back muscles. It's an interior box. So if you're like, oh, but I felt that in my low back. Yeah, exactly. That's okay. It's just giving you information. So I want to stretch out my low back, because for some of us, that was a lot of work. The legs lengthen long, and we hang out here, and I want 3 breaths in and out through the nose. Really nice. Okay, so from here, we've got single leg bicycles and then our helicopter sequence. Oh yeah. So for our single leg bicycles, pull the knees in, feet are on the ground, wiggle around on your ball a little bit, and then lift one foot up. Good, and then the other leg up. Good. One arm up and the other arm up. I want you just to get used to being on the ball for a second. So this is a little bit of a warm up on the ball. It's one knee pulling back as the other leg dips into the imaginary water. Cha-cha. Just a little tiny bit of movement. If you want to go down lower toward the floor, it might be more work for your core. That would be fine, but don't touch the floor. This is not a toe tap, it's a pull back. Pull back, dip your foot in some water and then pull back. Pull back, good job. Ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. Good, and then if you like, you can add something really crazy today. Are you ready to go a little bit crazy? You keep this exact cadence with your low body, but your arms are gonna do circles and circles and circles and circles. Good, now if you got that, if that's no problem, you're gonna do the other way with your arms, and the legs are going down and up as the arms circle and circle. Good work. Woohoo! So that would be advanced coordination, I would say, for sure. If you did it with me, you definitely get a banana sticker. Okay, moving into our single leg bicycles. Pull the abdominals down, bring one leg in and up, and then you take it down and up. Yes, good. It's just an easy single leg bicycle. Have you ever tried to ride your bicycle with one leg? No, I never have. Well, good, don't do that. But this is it. This is riding your bicycle with one leg. Good, and then for me, what this is really all about, it's a knee joint release. Do you ever feel like your ligaments or meniscus or knee joint or muscles around the knee, anywhere, do you ever feel like there's something pulling on it or it's tight? This you're letting go, you're just letting go. Make it light. Make it light. This is a release of everything around your knee. We need this. I need it. So probably you do too. Good. Okay. That felt great. And then now the other side, your single leg bicycling. Does this leg feel stronger? Does it feel weaker? Does it feel exactly the same as the other side? I don't know why, but today this leg feels stronger on this side to me. So, interesting to notice. I don't think it means anything for me, but I like to notice. Okay, and then for me also on this side, my knee joint is stronger. I can feel it doesn't need that release as much as the other side, but it feels great. So I'm just doing a few more and gathering intel about my body. Yes. Gathering some intel. Okay, good work. I really like those single leg bicycles. We should do those more often. Okay, and then we end up with the helicopter. I'm going to come at a slight angle. You know the helicopter. And today the helicopters are actually slow. Slow is typically harder. Okay, it's split the legs, circle around in perfect opposition. Do that again. Split the legs. That's our scissors. And then circle in exact perfect opposition. Again, slide and circle. That's it. Slide and circle. You can do these much smaller. I'm doing them pretty big today because it feels good. And slide, circle in exact harmony. Yep, if you stopped your circle at any point, your legs would be mirror images of each other, just like in those high synchronized dives that they've been doing on the Olympics. Perfect opposition, perfect synchronization, rather. Good, and then we do it the other way. So we slide once, now we're circling the opposite way in perfect opposition. Good. Slide, perfect mirror harmony, and slide. Yes. Circle those legs. Do you love the helicopters? I actually love the helicopters. Do I do them by myself when I'm not teaching math class? No, I actually don't. This is such a great thing for me to be able to teach because I get to do it too. Yes. I mean, I guess I do it occasionally, but not on a regular basis. Okay, so I think that was 8, and maybe let's do one more just to make it really even. Okay, now we put those together, and we do it slow. We do it 8 times. It's slide once, slide twice, circle around. Again, 1, 2, circle around. Good job. 1, 2, circle around, and 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 1, 2, circle around. Let's do it 2 more times. Ta-ta, ta-ta, and around, and around. Good work for the day. Okay, so since we basically did almost everything, you should give yourself some kudos now. But we are going to do some back work and some hip work to finish our class. So for our side lying work, come to your side lying position. Good. And your legs are going to be nice and long, maybe straight out and maybe a little bit forward, just depending on how that's feeling for you. I'm going to do mine straight out. And then my legs lift up a little bit. I'm not resting my bottom leg on the ground. I start with my legs kind of kelped together or roped together, and they lift and lower. So they stay together. And I'm lifting pretty much here with my obliques. I can feel it in my waist and in my hips, and I lengthen and lift, almost as if I have a brush on the bottom of my feet, and I'm brushing something as I lift up. Maybe I'm painting the side of a wall, or I'm brushing my Afghan hound. I don't know if you brush Afghan hounds. Does anyone have an Afghan hound? But maybe you do. We could say husky. I would think that you would brush your husky. And that's not Anna. Lift and lift. Oh my goodness, I really feel these today. I do. Lift. And I always have to focus because it's easy for me to think about lift up, lift up, lift up. And then I'm going to create a lot of bulk right here. I have to lengthen and lift, lengthen and lift, lengthen and lift. That's a whole different movement. It recruits different things. And the muscles are not jammed up as they're getting stronger. You're getting stronger in that lengthened position. That's Pilates. Strong and lean. Wouldn't you rather be strong and lean? Yeah, sure. And lift, and lift, and lift. Okay, I think we did enough of those. Now flex your feet. Bottom leg presses down. And if you had a cord that you could tie your leg down to the mat now, it's pressing down. This top leg lifts up and up and up, as if you're pressing something up to the sky. It's not as high as I can go, it's contained. I'm pressing up and up and up. It's something that's heavy, pressing something heavy up. Maybe I have 10 wool blankets stacked on my legs and I'm lifting them up, lifting them up. That's it. Up and up and up and up. Good. Now I'm lengthening my legs by just reaching through the bottom of my feet here. So I don't have to keep reminding myself exactly, but I am thinking about that. Up, 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 up. Good. Now point your foot and circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The circle is the size of a dessert plate. Yes, and reverse it. Reverse it. Reverse. Reverse it. Yes, we can. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and we did it. Ah, good. Make a little fist. Beat out any part of the side of your body, your calf, that you need to. Don't bruise yourself. But for some reason, that kind of feels nice. Doesn't that feel good to beat yourself? Jen, most teachers don't tell us to beat ourselves. I know, but then again, I'm not most teachers, am I? That felt great. Okay, so let's go to the other side. Same ideal here. You're lengthened out. You're lightly pointing your feet, and you get yourself so that your legs are completely together. It's lengthen and lift. You could have your head down. You could have a pillow. It's the brush of the husky. The Siberian husky has come to us, and we have a brush on the bottom of our feet, and we're brushing its fur. Good job. Lift and lift and lift. Good. I'm reading an interesting book I picked up. It's called The Last Fish Owls of the Great Ice, I think. The Great East. Okay, I forget the title. Something about the great fish owls of the Eastern Ice. Anyway, it's about a young researcher. It just came out in today's world. Young researcher from Minnesota who starts going to the Peace Corps and starts doing work in Russia, near Siberia, and he finds these amazing, it's the largest owl in the world. They're called fish owls. And he wants to do his whole life then becomes devoted to these fish owls and saving them and studying them. So he does his dissertation and all kinds of research projects in Russia. And it's crazy. First he has to speak fluent Russian. Then he has to learn how to hunt and fish and get along with drinking vodka every night and being with these hunters that live out in this forest. And then making friends and being this macho dude so he can do his work. It's very interesting. It takes me into the the forests of Russia. And those men are nasty. They are mean. They're really not nice people the way he describes them. I mean, they're survivalists, so is what they are. So it's not nice that counts. I get it, but gosh. Okay, I think we did 1 million of those. Flex your feet, lift, and this is lifting those great fish owls. The fish owls are really interesting. There's only a few pictures, but there's a beautiful picture of the young biologist guy who's holding one, and they're as big as they're about twice the size of a great horned owl. So they're the largest owls in the world, and they eat fish. They've developed fishing skills, so their feathers are different than most other owls. Most owls have a comb-like feather, and so that's why they're silent when they come and swoop down on their rats or mice. Okay, I'm not focused on my exercise, so I'm pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Anyway, really interesting book. I'm about maybe a quarter of the way through, but so far it's really got me into the place next to the Sea of Japan in a tiny little town called Agra. Accra, I don't know how to say it in Russian, but there's a couple of maps in there. Makes me want to go there, check it out, but not to be with those crazy, weird hunter survivalist people. I would be scared. Oh, okay, I don't know if I can do any more, so now here's where I go to my circle. Circle, and circle, and circle, and circle, and circle, and circle, and circle, reverse. Oh, we didn't do 10. I know I can't do 10 today. I'm going to count. Okay, I'll count 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Oh my word. Bring your knees in. Good. Fist and beat out your body if you like. Oh. Good. I guess you can say with reading that book, because it takes me so much into that place. That's called armchair traveling, isn't it? I'm not traveling much anywhere, but I am definitely armchair traveling. That's cool. Okay, perfect job. Lastly, we do get some direct back work, which means that we get to roll onto our stomachs and come all the way down. Yeah. Good. I want you today to, let's see, what should we do? We did so many spine things. Let's see if we can do advanced swimming today. We always do baby swimming. I always teach baby swimming. I love baby swimming. Baby swimming is where the arms are at the sides and we lift up and we swim. If just for variety and if your shoulders are 100% healthy, you can do the advanced version with me today. Our arms are in a high V shape and they're mat width apart. Same with the legs. The legs are in a bit of a V shape, almost mat width apart. I want you to think about like a jumping jack as you lengthen your limbs and then lift up. Good, holding here. You could be Superman or Superwoman as you're over the high, tall buildings, and then you're just doing a little swim up in the air. Good, inhale, hold, exhale all the way down. Good, take a little break. We get one more set. Arms at your side, or today, arms overhead if all those criteria are met. Okay, so here we go. Lengthen the limbs, lift up, you're flying. Try to pull your belly in and little tiny swim. Good, inhale, lift higher. Exhale all the way down. Slide slowly into your quadruped position. for your beautiful rolling cat curls to finish class with today. Roll through and up and back. So we started with spinal stretch. We finish with spinal stretch. Thinking about all those hundreds of tiny muscles that attach to the spine. Think about how many tiny little muscles we have exercised today. Whole body, really deep. Good. Okay, people. Notice how you feel. Do you feel a tiny bit more energized? Do you feel a little tiny bit stronger than you did when you started class? Do you feel a little tiny bit more alive? If yes, then you got your money's worth. Woo-hoo!